Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This week it's about a reset. So we're resetting for the week ahead and getting ready for the week that's to come by doing our shop. But we'll also take a visit to B&Q to cross off our list one of the things that we had meant to do, which is to buy some plant pots. Since it was a long weekend, we also took a trip to Mullaghmore, County Sligo, and it was breathtaking. And we thought we would just share some of the drone shots here with you. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So as I already mentioned, today we're taking care of some things, just resetting, but first I'm going to start by just doing our shop. So we do our weekly shop normally in Tesco, so I'm going to go now and do that, and in the meantime James is getting his hair cut, so when he's back then we'll continue with the rest of the day. We normally do our shop in Tesco, and I guess there's no specific reason why other than we just find that we can find all of the things that we need more so than in Asda or anywhere else, and it's really just by habit. And sometimes we do the shop together, so I don't always do it on my own, but because I don't work on a Friday, sometimes I go and I do it on my own just to save a bit of time. So the shop is all done, thankfully. Always trying to keep the spending down, but it never seems to work. So now I'm just gonna go home, and I'd say James will probably meet me there at the same time. I'd say he's probably finished with his haircut now. And then I think we're gonna go to B&Q and have a look around there. So home. So James, I see by his car, he left me space. He left me space to park, so he's parked his car over there. So he must be home. Here's all the shop. So all the shop is done, and I have it laid out here on the table, and basically this is kind of like our fruit veggie area. I like to drink a lot of orange juice, so grab some oranges, and then I got some stuff for like making a soup. So carrot, parsnip, a bit of parsley and celery, stuff like that. James likes to eat fruit during the week with his breakfast, and then for work as well, peaches, bananas, stuff like that. James often gets these for work as well, so he puts them in the oven and work. It's like a chicken pie and then a steak pie as well. We always buy bottled water because the water here in Northern Ireland doesn't taste very well, and it's full of chemicals, so we just prefer to buy bottled water. Sometimes we buy this one, sometimes we buy the Evian. It just depends what's on offer. And I've got some brioche hot dog buns because they're making some hot dogs at the moment. That's why the sausages are open at the moment. So these are the sausages I like to buy because they're more kind of on the healthier side, less additives and stuff like that. James always loves this chocolate as well, as milk chocolate that he likes to have with tea. More fruit, eggs. These are things that James likes to have with his tea. For the meat, we bought some chicken. We bought some steaks. James is a big steak lover, and since I met him, I always eat steak now as well, whereas before I didn't really like it. And then some chicken wings. James loves chicken wings with Frank's hot sauce. I got some coffee as well because we bought a new coffee machine actually. So this is the ground coffee for it. These are little pain au chocolat that James likes to have for lunch as well when he goes to work. I buy these gluten-free kind of like ciabatta rolls. I think they're really tasty. They don't have gums and stuff like that, so that's why I like to have those. Tuna as well. We have some tuna for lunch, for sandwiches, things like that. James loves to have that, and we like to buy the ones that are wild caught because I think otherwise it kind of seems to defy the point. Some pepper sauce here. James won't have a steak without his pepper sauce. So these, sometimes I like to make chips with bacon bits on top, and that's what these are for. I've recently found these. This is the brand here, Warburton's gluten-free white rolls, and they are so tasty. Also don't have gums in them, but they do have cellulose, so they kind of can be a bit funny for digestion, but they're not the worst I found. So these are one of the better ones for sure. I was really amazed when I found them. This is just a pizza for during the week and the evening. Sometimes James gets a bit snacky in the evening, so it's nice to be able to just throw on something easy. These mozzarella sticks he absolutely loves these. We put these in the air fryer and they come out really crispy and nice. This is sliced chicken basically for sandwiches, again for James's lunch when he goes to work. And again here also for James's lunch is egg and mayo. And sometimes I buy British chicken liver. The reason for that, well, it doesn't have to be British, but that's just what it says, is because liver is very good for preformed vitamin A, and I am not a great converter of vitamin A. So even though other things can have vitamin A, my body doesn't convert it as easily as something that's preformed already. So that's why sometimes I eat a bit of liver. Also, the cat really loves liver, so sometimes when I cook my liver, I give it to him. Like, animals seem to love, cats and dogs, they love organs because they're full of nutrients. And then I am not only gluten intolerant, but I'm also dairy intolerant, so I sometimes buy this milk, which is not too bad, but this is actually not gluten-free. Although I don't reckon it has a lot of gluten in it anyways. And this is James's big milk. He's normal, he's not like me. And then these are kind of bars that James has for his lunch as well when he goes to work. Bread for making sandwiches for his work. And sometimes I like to buy these tiny little cans of appetizers, which is basically like a sparkling apple juice. And it doesn't have additives in it. Like, I'm really surprised sometimes when I read it, like the ingredients there, carbonated apple juice from concentrate, and that's literally it. So there's no flavorings, no natural flavorings or otherwise. There's no sweeteners, so I think this is really good if you're really craving something fizzy but you don't want to have something unhealthy. And generally I'm always health conscious. I mean, I try to make sure that we eat and we eat well, and I also try to make sure that the food that we eat doesn't have additives, which is like a minefield, and trying to kind of dodge the bullets of like all the additives that companies like to add in foods. So it's always a challenge for us, and it's always more expensive as well when you tend to do that, but your health is your wealth, so that's kind of the logic behind it. We're taking a hot dog break.
It's not ketchup. You have to have it the real way.
Ketchup? Okay.
You have to do it.
Okay, a tiny bit. James seems to be the expert now, he's taken over.
Alright, saucy. I'll do mine.
Not really hot dogs, they're more like sausage dogs.
It's just a single sausage dog, unfortunately. If we had it cooked more, it would have been more full, but it is what it is. Better than eating nothing. I don't even know if I'm gonna like this mustard on it, but it's too late now.
So guys, we're on the way to B&Q, and we're gonna have a look around for two planters or two plant pots that are ceramic, which was a failed project last time. But I've seen that B&Q have like a range of so many different ones online, so
Excuse me.
You're excused. And then I'd like to see them in person as well to get a sense of the size. So yeah, and then I think as well we might have a look to see what kind of like outdoor suites they have, because we'd love to buy like an outdoor kind of sitting type of thing, like a two-seater and a two-seater, maybe like a little table in the middle. So we've been looking around, we saw something in the range, but we didn't settle on it because of the color. So yeah, it's always nicer I think to see things in person and see what they're like rather than online, because you can't really get a sense of what they're really like. So yeah, that's the plan today. Here we are guys, at the B&Q. If anyone is wondering, if you're not from the UK, it's kind of a big store of a bit of everything. It has, as it says there, electrical, garden, like DIY stuff, a bit of everything. It's hard to describe, but yeah. So here we are. Here's James, he's super excited.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to show it.
Just buzzing.
plastic pot for 25 quid.
25 quid.
I would want it to be ceramic for 25 quid.
Yeah, seems a bit
Excessive.
far-fetched.
Oh, so heavy.
What's that? How much is that?
30 quid.
30 spuds.
I think these might be the ones because they're just like, they have a really nice design. I think they're very subtle at the same time.
Yeah, happy enough. Still quite expensive, 20 quid when you think of it for a pot.
Nice and ceramic. I also think this is very nice.
Nice as well, yeah. You can spend endless money in these places.
Yeah. And here's our pots. So straightforward coming out of there. We just went through the self-service. No hassle, no queues. Amazing. We're in the range, but a bigger one, not the one that's local to us. So we're curious to see what they have here. How beautiful are these? So nice. We're on the lookout for a garden set. This one is
Ideally a 2-seater sofa, 2 armchairs and a table, but
yeah.
it's hard to find the colour we want, and we want something that's an aluminium frame so it's not going to rust, or we don't want a wooden set because I don't want to have to oil it and look after it the same as I have to do with my shed and everything else, because it's just too much maintenance, and I'm already at my limit with maintenance around the house. So I need
all
something
the pictures
that,
he has to put up.
yeah, there's just been so much, so I need something that sort of looks after itself, that we can just pull a cover over it in winter and then take the cushions indoors and everything else will be fine. So yeah, we're going to look around and not jump into any crazy decisions.
This is the one we're seeing here. It's kind of like a sage green.
I would definitely be interested if it was more like a taupe or like a beige colour cushion. I'm not overly fussed on the colour.
James is in his beige era.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll have a look.
I forgot to say, but the reason we're in here is because I'm looking for a climber, one that tapers.
Like a trellis, for like an in pot trellis type thing, like a circular conical type thing maybe that goes up to grow the clematis plant up from the pot.
Yeah, exactly, but we haven't had much luck. We didn't find any in B&Q, or maybe we just missed them somehow. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what we're on the lookout here, although we're not having much luck here. We might go to B&M next. Last stop is Dobie's. It's a big garden centre that we've never been to before, so we're curious to see what's in there. Might find my trellis here, so... Oh look, they have like a garden suites and stuff. Oh, nice, nice, nice. This is so nice.
There you go.
Oh look, but that's a 3-seater. Cool. Would you care for some lunch? Yeah, that's a good price for the size, because normally they're 150.
550 quid.
Oh, save. Okay.
That's
It's like an aquatic kind of center here.
okay, see.
What a funky little fish. Look at these.
I love them.
Check this out, so many ceramics here. Looks like this is where I should have come, but I think they're more expensive here.
Only 22 for that, for example. £20 for that.
Yeah, you definitely have huge selection here. I mean, you can find any color or design you want. Home sweet home. I managed to buy a blanket as well, because I want to set a nice little blanket here. The other one I think was getting a bit old. Here's our pots as well. So kind of semi-successful trip, but I didn't manage to find the trellis. We did see something kind of similar, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So I think I'm going to just have to Amazon it. Yeah. No. How cute is this? Nice to have something new. And I wanted a bit of pop of blue, because There's blue there, there's blue there. That's from our kitchen. Their kitchen units are kind of this color, and also the painting there has a kind of a bluey type of color. So it's finally time to plant our clematis in our lovely plant pots, and I've decided to use sterilized soil for this. And as you can see here, I'm just putting it in by hand, and then I'm going to depot the clematis. And the reason that I chose these clematis is because I was at the train station one morning going to work, and I saw just a blanket of clematis over a wall, and when I saw they were all bloomed, it really inspired me, and I didn't even know what the name of the flower was until I saw it in a house close by. So I was really inspired then to buy my own clematis and have it in kind of growing trellis. Since we weren't able to find a trellis in any of the garden centers, I resorted to having to order them on Amazon, and I ordered 2, and they came in dismantled obviously, and the pieces have to be mounted together, and it was all plastic, which I hadn't realized at the time when I ordered them, but I think when I fit them in, they're going to look the part anyways, because the clematis grows in and out and in between those different posts. So here I am just fitting it in finally. This is the moment that I had been waiting for, and it was really easy just to slot them in. There was no problems. They were the perfect size, which was 27 centimeters from sort of the inner circumference of the pot, and I think they look really pretty. I'm really looking forward to when they actually grow really big and flower as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you that do take the time to comment. We do love to interact with you guys and write back to you. I always like to close our shots out with a shot of Mumu the cat. But yeah guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.